Welcome to Stonehands. My name is Simo, and I craft stories. I craft stories in my personal life, in business, and for entertainment. I have been communicating with people since childhood. When I was a child in the kindergarten, I asked from my mother, "What is God?" And she told that God is the omnipresent force in all the living, or something like that, in suitable words for a child. And so I went to the kindergarten and I started telling other children, what is God? What is cosmos? What is space? And they were captured and listening. And so can you tell stories. But how? Let me explain. First of all, you must be able to visualize your stories. But I don't see visuals. I'm not a visual person. Yeah, me neither. But I'm able to feel them. I'm able to live through the tales. As I go to sleep, I even do an exercise every night. I'm dreaming of a home in Italy on this very moment. And when I go to bed, I start imagining. I see like a blank black page in front of my eyes. So I try to visualize a house that is a yellow, that has got wells and beautiful garden and a gardener and a large hall where I can play my gongs, the sounds. So I try to visualize it every evening and every morning actually. And I'm really bad in visualization, but it helps me a lot. But in the same technique, I have manifested and created many things in my life. So I've been playing gongs for 10 years. Gong is an instrument that creates a cosmic sound. And I received my first gong. I had no money, I had no car, but a friend calls me, "Hey, I heard you wanted to buy a gong." And I'm like, no. And another friend calls me and says, "You wanted to purchase a gong?" No. Then a seller calls me, one person who is selling it, "Hey, you wanted to purchase a gong?" And I'm like, no, not really. And then the fourth person calls me, the owner. "Oh, Simo, I heard you wanted to purchase a gong." And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Okay, I will purchase it. How much can I pay in bahts? Because at that time I had no money and it cost around 3,000 euros. Yes, you can purchase it in bahts and etc. So, and that evening I received my first gong, and I had no car. But gong is a big instrument and it needs a transportation. So I started playing the gong. The second or third time I'm playing it, I see a vision in front of my eyes. As I said, it's very hard for me to visualize. So I see that I'm driving in a forest in Finland with my car. And I'm like, what the heck? A silver Mercedes-Benz in middle of a Finnish forest. Okay, coupe. And suddenly, around 2 months after the vision, I'm driving in a Finnish forest in a silver Mercedes-Benz and my gong in the back. That was awesome. That's how I manifested my car. And I started driving around to Finland, Estonia with my car and doing concerts with the gong and telling stories to people about the power of manifestation with this great instrument. And then there was a person who came to study with me, and she was a clairvoyant. And before coming to me, she told me, I see you have an ability to manifest a material reality. Okay, great. And then she came to me and studied the playing art of gong, and I told her about the earthen gong that I had. And she clicked, that's your tool of manifestation. So, that's the same as I'm manifesting things with visualization and with the words that I use. For example, when I talk about something that I'm going to manifest, I'm saying that I have it. I have created several eco-villages in my life. For example, I have 1 million euros on my bank account and in my assets and investments. Actually, in my assets and investments, on this very moment, I have around 500,000 to 600,000 euros. So I'm not far from million when I'm telling it to you. So now maybe you understand where I'm trying to aim. And if you're wondering why the camera is shaking, that's my child. There is no work-life balance. When you're living your life and doing your job, then take your children and your family with you. I'll tell you another story. So you see, telling stories is not about figuring it out, rehearsing something. No, it's about making connections in your brain and actually doing repetitions, repeating it. And from there, you're able to create your desired outcomes. Like greatest teachers, I have seen many and heard many of them. They repeat their teachings. You go to their seminars, they start repeating the things that they have already told, and they get better and better and repetition. That's what gives their teaching a strength. When a novice teacher begins, the person uses too many words explaining difficult concepts. But if you are able to use simple words and tell it just like to a child who is shaking this thing and creating disruption and telling me, let's go to the shop because she wants to have a candy. So, then you are a master. So, another story, what I wanted to tell you. Story, Mr. Bond. Well. I just forgot it. Scaramanga. Never mind. So, another story. So, we just got an invite to go to the Norway, to the fjords, and to the mountains, to play gong there. I have booked around 4 nights now. And one person invited us, and I was telling myself, for 7 days, God brings me beautiful people and connections that help me to improve and have better relations and better opportunities for work in my life. Then that person contacts me and tells me that, do you want to come to Norway? And I'm like, of course, it makes me smile. And there's huge tipi, like you can get there 40 people. And then there's this huge hotel where we are going to have sound healing journeys or gong paths. And I'm so excited, and I'm taking my family with me. No, let's go to a business trip. No, like this actor McConaughey, like this really famous actor. Like in his book Green Lights, he tells like when he met his wife, Latino, he spoke his best Spanish ever. And that night when he met his wife, and then his wife asked, who you are? He said, I'm an actor. And she said, you go, we go. You see. And I have this principle that when I go with my family. We go. Because why you should separate your life from the dearest ones, from the ones that you love. I cannot comprehend that concept of working yourself into pieces and being a crazy workaholic. Just relax and enjoy your life. And yes, sometimes children come and take you and try to drag you into places. Then it's about decisions. Can I be strong, or should I apply myself to the pressure? But by telling stories, I hope you understood some principles. It's all about repetition. It's about listening, learning from the people, and remembering their personal stories. And of course, I have read a lot about mythology, about business, and when I'm teaching, I just remember those stories and I tell them forward. And to remember a story, it's not that you learn it by heart. In English, people say that they learn it by heart, but they use their intellectual powers to learn something. But I use my feeling to learn stories. Like this story that are told, a story about Narada, who was a sage in India, and he spoke once in a year with the god on a holy mountain. So again arrived a day when Narada went to speak to the god. And when he goes in the morning light, starts journeying to the great holy mountain, there's a yogi sitting on a rock. "Hey Narada, where are you going?" Narada replies, "Hi yogi, I'm going to meet the god." "Oh, Narada, please go and ask how many lifetimes I must sit and meditate and pray on this rock." Narada says, "Okay, all right, alligator," and goes forward. And then there's this farmer planting little seedlings. There are so many seedlings on that field as your eyes can see in horizon. And the farmer is smiling and planting every seedling with care. And he sees Narada. Hey Narada, where are you going?" And Narada replies, "I am going to a holy mountain to meet the god." "Oh, Narada, please ask how many lifetimes I must do this hard work and plant those seedlings to grow food for my family." And Narada replies, "For sure," and goes to the god. There he speaks to the god all day long and to the late hours of the night. They talk about life and philosophy, what is God, and most important, what is the best way to cook rice, of course. So in the late night, Narada goes back to his home, and there is the farmer. "Oi, Narada, did you ask from the god how many lives I must grow this food, plant those seedlings to feed my family?" "Yes, of course I asked." "So what did the god tell?" "The god told me that you must plant those seedlings and work for your family so many lifetimes as there are countless seedlings on your field." And the farmer has a tear of joy in his eye. "Oh, happy day, I can grow food for my family for so long time. I will stop tonight and I will go and celebrate and cook some rice with my wife and with my children." So to the night the farmer goes. And so Narada goes forward, and then there's the yogi. "Hey Narada, did you ask how many lives I must sit, meditate and pray on this rock until I reach nirvana?" And Narada says, "Yes, God told me. 2.5 lifetimes and you will become the bliss itself. You will reach nirvana." And the yogi stands up, takes his stick, breaks it, and yells from anger, "It's enough!" and jumps down and walks away from his mission. So Narada goes to home, cooks some rice and goes to sleep. That's the story. And did I remember it by word, what she told once in the storytelling evening? Of course not. It was a feeling that reached me, and I told you the story, how I felt and remembered it through feeling it. So feel your stories, my friends. Subscribe, check out the videos on manifestation, hit the bell button, and see you soon again.